I know we've only known each other for 4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to see you today. Welcome to the Let's Get Growing show on the Urban Gardener channel. For those of you who have not been around the last few weeks, you might be a little surprised to see me. My name is Jay Dixon. I am usually the channel facilitator. However, I am doing a little mutiny today and taking over the show. So what that means is that Enoch is on vacation. And if you saw the thumbnail, we're broadcasting a show while there's no show. How can that be? What that means is, while Enoch's on vacation, I'm in casual mode. We're just chillaxing. We're just hanging out. And mainly what I'm trying to do is to provide a venue, a way for each of you to be able to hang out together, hang out with me, casual questions. We primarily, of course, focus on gardening, but if any of you want to stray a little bit off topic, we're fabulous for that in these days when it's a no-show day. So we're all in casual mode. I am super glad to see any of you that are here. And what we're going to be doing today is focusing again on you, the audience, because we are a community-based show. And today, one of the ideas I have is later in the show for some of you who'd like to appear and show and be here on the show. I'm going to provide the link so that you can join us. This will not be a full community show thing that we've done in the past. This is just an ability for people to hang out if they want to and to be part of the show if they want to. So again, my name is Jay Dixon. I'm normally the facilitator. I am not a content creator. What I'm trying to do here is provide a space and a place for you, the community that we are so grateful to have here on the Let's Get Growing show. And instead of having nothing, what I'm doing is providing this casual format while we do that. And if any of you have any thoughts or discussions about that, you can let us know in the live chat or in the comments after the show. This is sort of a new thing that I've been doing the last 2 weeks and now into the third week. Today is the final day that this will be happening. And essentially, it's a way for us to have something for you when Enoch's on vacation. And I'm open to suggestions and ideas on how it could be done, what you would prefer. So, just to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on with me. I'm here in Canada, and what that means is basically no gardening is happening right now. I do look forward to doing indoor gardening, but again, the time is not right for that either. So the only things I've done that's kind of outdoor work related is that I go out in costumes and I shovel public walkways and paths, and we are back to that again. So today, I don't have a picture for you, so you'll have to just believe me on this. But instead of being a banana or a cat or a dog or other things that I've been in the past, today I was a loose approximation of the Cookie Monster. Yes, I am both silly and practical, but I cleared the pathways so that they're safe for the dog walkers, people walking with their grandkids, people being more active and able to go to events. And I clear the public pathways so that it's easier for them. So the Cookie Monster did it today. Strange but true. Another thing that is gardening related that I took care of is in the last couple of days is I had some new orchard trees a couple of months ago, 2 apples and a peach. and I had a previous apple tree, and I had not protected the bark, this trunk properly, and I did take the steps to do that. And I chose, whether right or wrong, to do spiral plastic around it that can expand, and that's meant for that purpose. And then secondarily, several inches out, I used chicken wire to about a 2.5 foot height, and I put that several inches out. So what that means is the rodents that get hungry in the winter are a little less likely to attack my beautiful orchard trees that I just put in. And I know it sounds funny saying orchard when I'm only mentioning 4 trees, but I'm on a very tiny lot in a tiny home community. So it's actually quite wondrous that I have that many trees in the place, because it's a very small space. So that's kind of what's been going on with me in the last day or two. We are currently in a yellow weather warning, which means blowing snow, snow accumulation, all that kind of thing. So people who live rural like I do in a little village, you're wise if you start preparing. And if any of you hear whistling wind, I'm sorry, I can't control that. But that's part of what's happening in our area. So you do different things to prepare for tough weather. And Shawnee, who regularly is a regular attendee here in the audience, she can absolutely relate to that. And some of you may be able to relate to that. So some of the ways that you can support this show is to like, subscribe, and share. There's also other things like hitting the notification bell, donations. There's a button that you can hit. I forget what it's called, but when it's a mobile, there's a support button you can hit there too. When do you normally see this show? It's every Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern. And new, and I will just address this a little bit later, starting next Monday, meaning not tomorrow, but in 8 days, we're going to be happening at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern, meaning a new additional show, a 3-day weekend. How nice. And I'll be talking a little bit more about that in a few minutes. A shout out to Team Replay. We are super glad to have you watching our show afterwards. And for any of you who do watch the show afterwards, we'd like to thank you for joining us after the stream, and to let you know that let us know that you were here by leaving a comment below. And I'm going to discuss a little bit about those upcoming things that will be happening. I'm going to give each of you a bit of a peek into what's going to be happening, because although I'm still in charge for today, next week Enoch is back. He has been preparing like crazy, getting shows ready, and there's lots of interesting things for full shows coming up for you starting next week. So later on, in a few bits, you can join in the conversation. Like I said, I'm going to make the link available for those who might choose to join as an actual live guest with me. It's not going to be a formal thing. I don't have a lot of big expectations about a presentation or anything like that. It's just kind of a casual hangout. And I'm going to make that space available for some of you who choose to do that. And also, if any of you have a question or comment, ask it in the chat, and we might feature it in the show. You'll notice that during this off time, I have been spending a lot more focus on your conversations and what you guys have been discussing, because essentially what I'm trying to do is be here for you. And that's what's happening instead of a formal show during this time when Enoch's on vacation. Another way you can support this show is to do donations. There's Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, and the links will be happening in the new show descriptions about how you can do that. Terrific. So what I'm going to do now is just spend a little bit of time talking about what's new and upcoming in the shows. So, today, it's still me in charge. However, a little bit later in the show, for the final 30 minutes or so of the show, Enoch's coming back and he's taking over. The reason he's doing that is to give you a more in-depth discussion of the kinds of things that I'm just going to briefly mention now. So today's a Sunday edition of the show. We will be coming back to full shows next week. Next Saturday on the show, you will see Bevan Cohen, and he's been on the show previously. He will be returning, and we are really appreciative of his time here on the show on past episodes, and he will be returning. New to the show will be in the Are You Following Me segment will be Green Bay Gardener, and he is new to us on the show, and that presentation will be next Saturday. On the Sunday edition of the show next week, we're going to have Back to the Book Club. So we're going to be having Sam Kaufman, who wrote a book called Survival Gardening. He will be our guest on that day. So we'll be having MBC and Enoch talking with Sam Kaufman about the book Survival Gardening. I'm letting you know that ahead in case any of you want to do any research or possibly obtain that book, Survival Gardening. The subtitle for it is Grow Your Own Emergency Food Supply from Seed to Root Cellar. And Sam Kaufman will be with us live talking about his book, and that will be next Sunday. Now, for those of you that haven't been around the last few weeks, we have a new thing happening next Monday called the Green Room. Okay? And the Green Room will be happening on Monday nights, and it will feature Enoch and Natalie. And Natalie and Enoch will be co-hosting the show. Sorry for that mistake there. Co-hosting. So now we're going to be offering a 3-day weekend. That means we'll be operating on Saturday and Sunday at the usual times, but adding on Monday night. And like I said, I will be just mentioning these briefly, but Enoch will be giving you more details towards the end of the show. So it's a really good reason for you to either stick around or return for the last 30 minutes of today's show, as he is rested from his vacation, energetic and enthusiastic about the changes and new possibilities. And one of them is this new show format, which will be happening on Monday nights. Now, some of you might be saying, gee, you guys are really busy with your Saturday and Sunday show. And the thing is, with the Saturday and Sunday show, there's been reasons to kind of stretch the show a little bit, to be able to offer more opportunities for new guests, more opportunities to new guests, a different time format for people who the weekends don't necessarily work for them, either as a guest or as someone in the audience. So it's another opportunity for you to check out what Let's Get Growing will have. And as I said, Enoch will be doing that presentation later in the show, towards the end of the show, and he will be giving you those kinds of details about what they'll be doing. And another new change is that we are having the garden trivia come back. So we were so grateful for Sarah from Sarah Seeds for doing what she did to have our show going, and we are now going to have Brandy from the Suburban Gardenista doing that segment for us. So that's another new change. And then, additionally to all of that, we'll be having another set of new changes that Enoch might or might not be mentioning later in the show, with new correspondence and new segments on the show that you have never seen before. So that's a little teaser towards new additional changes. So what are we doing? We're trying to have community, not just in the audience, but to have the community forming so that we are a multifaceted show with more people assisting on the show, putting in their own angle, their own specialty to make this a diverse, interesting show for all of you. And part of it's because we've heard from some of you that that's the kinds of things you would like. And so we're trying to make that happen for you. So lots of really good changes happening within our show. So I hope some of that intrigues you. Enoch is really in charge of all of that. So he has a lot more information available for you between in the last 30 minutes of today's show about what's going to be happening with all these great things. So we are working hard. He is especially working hard behind the scenes, plus these new correspondents to try and make these things happen for you. And I hope you're excited and have some excitement and some energy for what we're trying to do to keep making continuous improvement on this show, as well as give you the things that you're normally used to here. And if any of you do come to the green room next Monday, not tomorrow, but in 8 days, you'll find that there's things you're used to and familiar in the normal weekend Let's Get Growing show, but there's going to be new changes as well. New elements, new changes, new people happening on that Monday night show. So familiar and different at the same time. So I'm just going to go into the comments and just see who is here and just say hi to you and see how the comments are going. If any of you have been here for the last couple of shows, you'll see that normally I'm focusing on your comments and reactions to it, or to clarify or answer questions for your comments. Today, slightly differently, is after I check out who is here, my plan is to put up a link for those of you who may choose to join me live. No pressure. This is not a community show. This is just an opportunity for some of you to hang out with us live. Maybe tell us what projects you are currently doing, projects you intend to do, things you're curious about. Maybe you have a question and you'd like people to answer it about something that's perplexing you about gardening. Or maybe you want to talk about something in your regular life. So I'm going to allow that possibility a little bit later in the show. But in the meantime, let's just see who is here today. So we have Muddy Puddles Farm. Hey, glad to see you. You're turning into a regular and we love it. Many of these people that I'm going to be talking about here have their own channels, as Muddy Puddles Farms does. And she did her first live approximately a week, 10 days ago. And she'll be doing another one soon. So you want to check out her channel for that. It was her first ever live back then. So that was exciting and good. And who else we have is Robin Gardens. Hey, Robin, glad to see you. She's saying hello from Chicagoland. Robin Gardens also has her own channel, and she is creating a new project in collaboration with Shawnee Grows. And I'm pretty sure the name is Roots and Ramblings, and they have forward promoted it on their channels. I know it's for sure on Shawnee Grows. I think that's occurring in about a week or so, but you definitely want to check that date for sure. But she's doing, they're doing a new collaborative project together. And I am excited to see about it. And I've already marked that on my calendar. So you want to check out not just her channel, but that new collaboration project with Shawnee Grows. And Riverdale Gardens. Hey, great. Glad to see you. Haven't seen you for a little while. Glad that you're here today. And Dusty Flats back again. Hey, you've been a supporter of the show for some time, and we really appreciate it. And we have Bowtie Life, which is David, or sometimes Mr. Botron, when he helps us on the show. He's a great supporter of the show in many ways, and he also has his own channel in which he does pop-up live streams, scheduled live streams, and then regular format, including garden tours. So he's saying, Graybeard, yar, call it what it is, me. Call it what it is, me lassie. Oh, yeah, okay. Mutiny, they all the way. It's good to see you accept the situation as it is. Yeah, well, Enoch gave me the keys to the store, essentially, and that's why we're able to do this. The normal thing in the past was that we would have text-based chat available only and not really monitored. So this is sort of an improvement on that. Based on some of the things that people were asking for, we're trying this out, that on Enoch's vacation, that I do a casual chat format. And woohoo! Muddy Puddles Farm is saying, I will pop on later if you will have me. Of course I will. So I'm going to go through these comments quicker than I normally do so that we have some time for people to get in, because we have a shorter show time today, mainly because Enoch will be in that final 30 minutes telling us about all the exciting new projects going on for this channel for you. Bowtie said, I am so there. I am so there. So that's great. Or I'm so here. Yeah. So that might mean that he's helping support us in whatever way he chooses. So that's great. And let's see. So I'm not necessarily going to highlight every comment. I am grateful that you guys are busy and chatty, but I won't necessarily be able to cover everything. Serena Norell, hey Serena, I'm happy to see you and that you're here again today. She says, hello, cousins. Is Gardener Scott on today? No, he's not. Today is vacation for Enoch. And so that it's me, and it's just a relaxed day. Yeah. So today's show is just really relaxed and not to plan. Let's see. Dusty Flats is saying, good to have the wire up high when the snow gets high. Not quite sure what wire she's talking about there, but and of course I have to throw this in quick, even though I'm trying to slip through the comments quickly. Serena, a joke, is saying, why don't flies go underground? They don't want to get caught in the soil food web. So that's a new one. I think she actually wrote that one herself. So that's good. And she's got more jokes for all of us. And here's Riverdale is telling us, I'm organizing my grow space in the basement today, probably starting onion and leeks in the next week or so. So for some of you that haven't been here recently, I'm tending to focus more on your thoughts, you, the audience, your thoughts and comments than is usual for the show, because this is a relaxed format. And it's for you and about you. So that's what's happening. And Adam is here. Hey, Adam, glad to see you. He is our channel moderator. I interviewed him several weeks back, and we deeply appreciate everything he does for us. And Serena is asking, is Gardener Scott going to be on with Jay today? And that's a no, he's not. It's just a relaxed show today. And we have Food Forest Permaculture. Hey, Howie, glad to see you. And Serena is saying, I guess I will just go ahead to my Board of Trustees meeting at the church since Gardener Scott isn't on today. Well, I'm disappointed you don't want to be here, but this is kind of a no-show, relaxed show. We hope you catch up with us on the replay later. And I do apologize that my signing is not great. So, yeah. And here's Adam saying, no, Gardener Scott is not joining Jay. Enoch should be joining towards the end of the show. And I am going to struggle with this name, so I'm going to call you Math. Math, howdy, hi, Happy New Year. Good popping in real quick as I go to tackle some fruit tree pruning. Yes. Too early for my area. It would actually be a problem, but I'm going to have to do that with one of my, with my older apple tree a little later on in the winter. But glad that you popped in. Appreciate it. And everybody's saying hi to each other, and I really appreciate that. And Dusty Flats is saying, think I'll tackle the storeroom. Too early to start seeds here just yet. Yeah, me too. But I'm hoping to get a little more serious about it this year than in past years. And Adam is saying, I'm getting the itch to start the seeds too. And Bowtie is saying, oh, I'm feeling the pressure. I'm not sure what pressure you're talking about, but for the show today, any contributions you do is great, or not at all if you don't feel that. So like I say, it's a relaxed show. It's about all of you. Don't worry about that. And here's Robin Gardens talking to Muddy Puddles Farm. I did so... Oh, you did so good on your first live. Love your co-host, strong, silent, and flavorful. I believe she showed a vegetable, but I'm not remembering exactly what it was. That's meaning Muddy Puddles on her farm, on her live. So Eddie is here. Say hi, Eddie. That's good. We're doing that. And here's Muddy Puddles letting us know about her live. I have one scheduled. Muddy Puddles is telling us and Robin, I have scheduled a live for Friday before yours and Shawnee's. I'm excited to see you, and you're so good together. I'm pretty sure that Shawnee's is Thursday night, but I can be corrected on that. The new collaboration with Robin and Shawnee. But please do check on their channels to find out how it is. And Dusty Flats, I'm trying to remember when the seeds were on sale at Local Seed so I may have to find my receipt. Okay. Oh, here we go. Thanks. Here's it right from the source. Robin Gardens, Roots and Rambles premieres Thursday, the 13th at 9 p.m. Central on the Shawnee Grows channel. So please support this channel, meaning Shawnee's and Robin's channel, by going to their first collaboration for Roots and Rambles, which will be a new series they're creating. And how nice that they're putting some more energy into gardening education to help all of us. So that's great. And here's a question from Eddie to Adam, I've got a question for you. With your experience, a friend of mine has eastern cedar trees. They're shedding their green. Any idea why? So I don't know anything about that to be able to answer that question. So I'm hoping that Adam may have an answer for him. And I'm going to be skipping through these comments a little more quickly. And the answer about the wire is the fencing wire you surround your fruit trees with. Yes, that was the wire that was being mentioned earlier. And I will be skipping through these a little quickly, so I do apologize if I miss any of your comments. They're all wonderful and valuable, but I am trying to move things along so that we can get some time for some people to appear, if they choose to, on the show today. Okay. Okay, terrific. Great. So that's what I've got for comments or roll call for people who are here today. I am so grateful for you guys for showing up today. What I'm going to do is go into my section and list, and it's going to come out as Enix, meaning the Urban Gardeners, because I'm backstage right now. But that's going to give you a link. And if any of you choose to come on the show, that link is going to give you what you need to come backstage. I'm extremely flexible. Like I say, we're having a relaxed show today. We have about an hour that either we can hang out like we have the last few weeks, or we can have some people come on stage and talk about anything you want. promote projects that you're doing, talk about what you're doing with your channel, plans that you have for your channel, plans you have for your garden, questions that you're curious about. Maybe you're stuck on some gardening issue that you would like to ask the audience, and perhaps they can help solve that problem for you. Maybe the audience has a question and wants to ask someone that appears on stage with us. So again, no pressure. This is not a formal show. This is just a relaxed hangout, but I'm going to provide this link, and it appears as The Urban Gardener because I'm backstage holding the controls right now. I am Jay Dixon. I'm this channel facilitator. I'm not a content creator. So in having a show like this, it's a little bit more relaxed and perhaps less professional than some true content creators make. But I'm doing my best to kind of fill a gap while Enoch is on vacation. And for those of you that have not been around lately, Enoch is on vacation. He is returning next week with a whole bunch of exciting new things. And at the end of this show, meaning the final 30 minutes of this show, he will be appearing, and he is going to talk about all those details. So if you have any questions about what are these changes, what are the new things going on, I just mentioned them briefly, but he's in charge of what is happening. So I'm just going to hide that. We do have someone backstage. I just want to welcome to the show another person, hopefully ready to go, all set, ready to go. You can hear me? Great. So we're going to have a guest on the show. No plans, no organization. It's just going to be whatever it is. And I want to welcome to the stage David, who is Bowtie Life in the Garden. Hey, Dave.
Mephiticus albriticus. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you beautifully.
Oh, my goodness. How are y'all doing? I had to say the name. I love that name, Mephiticus albriticus. I'm on a new piece of equipment today, and I got to tell you about it. I'm so excited.
Okay. Sure.
Sorry.
Hey, technology is very interesting. The investment people have to make to keep their channels current and working is an ongoing basis. So tell me about your exciting new stuff.
Well, this was not an investment. It was a gift from a friend who had had aspirations of having a podcast, and after trying it, he decided not to. And this piece of equipment, let me change cameras real quick. This piece of equipment right here is a teleprompter. It is actually the exact same teleprompter that Tony O'Neill uses. In fact, Tony O'Neill told me about this very model like 6 months ago. I had to go and search my WhatsApp message conversation with him to make sure, is this the one? Is this the one he told me about? And I'm so excited. But I actually have a real teleprompter, and I'll change back to it. Takes a second for it to pop through. But anyway, so I actually can see, looking right at the teleprompter, I can see Jay is right there. The chat is right here. And it is going to bring this to a whole new level. I'm very excited. This wasn't the only thing. My friend gave me lighting. He gave me a StreamYard deck, which is one of those things with all the buttons that you can do all the control. You know, you're on one scene, you push a button and everything changes for you. And I'm not sitting there going, click this, click this, click this. So anyway.
So you're telling me it works kind of like a remote?
Yeah, it's plugged in, but yes, it actually does all those scene changes and microphone changes and whatever other changes you need to make automatically. I've got a foot pad that actually is 3 buttons, so I can like change things using a foot pad, like slides or scroll my teleprompter or whatever. In fact, I've got the whole, oh, good grief. I've got to show you what's set up over here. Oh.
I'm glad for your enthusiasm and excitement. So go for it.
Okay, so here's what happened. I'm sitting here. I'm like, I'm like playing with my toys here. We got home from church. I did my work, and I'm playing with my little toys. And you said this is going to be an open show, and I thought, oh yay, I get to test all my equipment out. But if you look over there, can you see what that is?
I can see the masses of tan, and there's the big bulbous ones in the front, and what's in the back. I'm not sure. What am I looking at?
What are you going to guess?
Well, I know that you were doing an absolute load, 35 pounds plus of, what was it? Ginger? No.
45
Turmeric.
pounds of turmeric.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Let me see. I can go over here and show you. See, that's all turmeric. And I'm getting ready to record a 3-part series. That little bulk mess over there in the middle of the screen right now, that's actually all the roots of old plants that I'm going to be planting. Over there, you can see there's loofah, and over here, you can see there's birdhouse gourds.
Which Dusty Flats just rightly identified just at this moment.
Good job. Yeah.
But also, Robin Gardens right in there with the same answer.
There you go. So yeah, I'm very excited because I'm going to be trying out, give that a second. I'm going to be trying out my new equipment on the intros to these 3 videos I'm about to record. And needless to say, I'm very excited. So you said it's going to be a live show. I'm like, whoa, I get to test out my equipment, try to get it to work. I have my lapel on, and
yes.
It seems to be, is it what's working right now?
It's working beautifully.
And then I have my, this is, yeah, I'll tell you what, this lapel is awesome. And then I actually don't normally use these, but these are my work ear protection that are also Bluetooth, so I can listen to things while I'm out on a job site or whatnot. That was the thing I had sitting here closest.
Yeah,
anyway,
Dusty Platt said that. Those headphones look like mine when I want to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
So that was earlier, and as you were show and telling, I threw a few comments up of people, things they were saying to you as you were excited, showing us the new toys,
Yes, I tell you what, this is a total professional setup, and I am digesting what my friend has given me. He was extremely generous, and Jennifer, okay. So I bring home like 4 boxes, and I haven't even told you everything. There's so much more that I'm not revealing yet.
Good. Keep us in suspense, but focus on the stuff that you've got now. Yep.
So anyway, I start bringing in stuff from the Durango, and Mrs. Bowtie looks at this sizable pile of stuff that I've been given, and she says, "Oh, motivation to get the house remodel done." So now I can go and maybe get motivation done, because I think I'm supposed to do a live show.
Okay.
With all this equipment, I think I'm supposed to do a live show. I can move this around. Look at this. I can zoom out. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like a kid in a candy store here.
Great. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad for your excitement. Part of the reason I like you as a person is one of the ways I describe myself to people is that I have childlike delight in things, and you and I seem to share that possibility that we we fulfill our adult responsibilities and stuff, but we find so many things in life fascinating and fun and energizing and stuff like that, and it's nice to be around that kind of energy.
Well, thank you. I like giving that kind of energy, and there's so many choices of attitudes we could make in life, and it doesn't matter what's happened. I've been through some pretty dark times, darker times than most, and I still come out. God is good, and He takes care of us, and I believe that 100%. So I have no reason not to feel blessed.
And especially when things are going well in life, to drink that in and appreciate it, and have what I like to think of as a baseline attitude of gratitude of like
There you
just
go.
be grateful when life is going smooth and well for you. And sometimes when life is going smooth and well, to be willing to reach out that hand to potentially help someone if you've got that spare emotional health, energy, financial health, whatever is going on for you, when you
Mhm.
see someone or maybe a charity or an individual in need, is say, do I have the reserves to potentially reach out for someone who can use that little bit of a lift up? And I'm not telling anyone to do any one particular thing, but without getting into complications about life and what's going on outside of our little circle here right now, it could be a bit difficult. And having the strength of character to reach out and support people could be very important.
Absolutely. You just never know how something as simple as a smile or a wave is going to affect someone's life. And I heard a story years ago, and you can probably Google it and find it. Someone was driving home from work, very depressed, very down on life itself, and was considering some scary things. And someone gave them a very enthusiastic wave on the way home from work, and it literally changed their life. And you never know exactly what point in life that's going to happen. And I just think it's so important that we always bring that. You've got another enthusiastic person in there too, I see.
Well, I'm not
Who else
sure
is?
if the other person who might be coming in, I'm not sure if the camera is fully connected yet. So that person
Oh,
who's joined us, I'm not seeing you. So you might have to do some camera adjustments before I kind of bring you up and announce. So if that person who has tried to join us could just double check their camera settings, because I am not a professional at this, but I think there's some issues right now. And in a minute, I will try you as well. But I was going to bring people up kind of singly,
okay.
unless you want a
Nope.
group activity, you know.
Oh, whatever. You know me. I'm a partier.
Yeah. So Robin saying glass half full, so much better than glass half empty. And I can't say that I am truly what most people would say an optimist. I view myself and label myself as a pragmatist or a realist. I try to see the world as much as I can, as it truly is, and then
Mhm.
say, okay, with the resources and energy that I have in what I'm hoping I'm realistically seeing out here, how can I be part of the solution? How can I be part of lifting someone up? How for basically, and I don't mean to push this on other people, but as a person that is not necessarily the same faith as you, I do view that I am in a fortunate life position, and that I should be, when I have spare resources, kind of tithing it forward by making efforts to make the world slightly better by the fact that I'm here today. And
Yep.
I'm not pushing that on anybody else, but it's just a recollection that I've come to, a decision I've come to as an adult in my life. And that person who was having some camera problems, it is now working. So very good on your part for having fixed that, because I'm not a techie person. So glad you fixed it, because I wasn't going to be able to help with that portion, with the person who is backstage, not visible to any of you, but there. So Dave, it's up to you. Do you want to hang around for a little while longer? Do you want to join with this other person or be on your own? What's
I'll
your deal?
I'll stay up and be quiet unless I just really want to pick on
Oh,
somebody.
Dave, come on. Now, I'm saying that with a tone, okay? Dave and I
I
are
heard the
also
tone.
a little, just a little. Dave and I are equally chatty people, but I would like to let you know that yesterday I had a meeting before the show, did the 2 hours in which I was doing most of the chatting, and then I had a 2-hour meeting afterwards, and I started getting swollen and sore from too much talking. Too much talking. So it's part of the
That's a
reason.
bad problem.
Well, for people like me that are super chatty. So what I'm going to do here is, if the other person, are you all set? If you could just put your hand up and tell me, yep, you're all set to go. I'm going to bring another person on stage, and welcome to the stage, Joe, who is from Muddy Puddles Farm. And there we go.
Oh, I was hoping it was Joe. Oh, I was so hoping.
Hello.
Hey, oh, and that
Hey.
was your friend. Now I remember the pumpkin with the face. That was
Yes.
the guest on your live. Yes.
He was my co-host. He's still sat there. He's waiting to be pig's dinner.
So are we going to have Dave resemble the pumpkin in being the silent co-host now? I
Or
don't know.
the headphones match.
Yeah, you both have nice sizable headphones. I've never done that on live streams. Does it really improve your sound quality a lot when you do that with the big headphones?
I think it cuts out all the distractions
Huge.
from around.
Huge.
And it stops any echoing as well.
Ah, okay. So that you wouldn't be giving feedback to the microphone to cause a
Yeah.
problem in the live. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you that have not met her before, this is Jo, who is from Muddy Puddles Farm. Hey, everybody. Jo has her own channel, and I'm sure that, you know, some of us, perhaps she could provide a link later. If she's providing a link in the comments, you may have to copy paste it to get it to work, or perhaps maybe someone else who's a moderator could put that on a little bit later. And as I'd mentioned earlier in the show, Jo had done her very first live something like around, I'm going to call it about 10 days ago or so.
Something like that. I'm not sure of the exact date. It was a Monday. So.
About then. So you will find that on her channel, but also forward promoting is you found that enough of a positive experience that you're going to have another.
We need to do it again on Friday at 7 p.m. GMT time.
So,
and I can't for the life of me remember when that is for everybody else's time zones.
Okay. Could you just state the time for us again in your time when it is?
So it's 7 p.m. in my time. If you click on the link in the live section, because it's
I'm trying to post
it should tell you.
I'm trying to post
it. Should tell you what time it is locally to you.
Now, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not stating this as a fact, but I'm pretty sure 7 p.m. your time is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if that helps people kind of help coordinate and adjust from what is your time, whether it's Central or Pacific or whatever, I'm pretty sure 7 p.m. her time is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So another live stream. Yay!
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be giving an update on how my self-sufficient year plans are going.
So can you just explain in a few sentences for people what that's about? Because it's a very interesting project.
So starting on the 1st of March, because I need a little preparation time, I'm going to attempt a year of only consuming products and things that I have produced on my own farm, or things that I have traded for things. So if I produce something on my farm, like eggs or vegetables, I can swap them, but only with other local producers. So I can't sell my produce and then go to the supermarket. That's cheating. Okay. And I have had movement and news on things like honey and dairy. So we'll talk about that on Friday.
Oh, so you've been deliberately reaching out to other producers in your area to try and make that connection and make it a more fuller project, more likely to succeed, in my opinion, because you have to have some of these things in your life. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there are a lot of channels that talk about survival gardening and what if the whole supply chain closed down. And they're like, you need to have this seed box, and you need to have this, and you need to have that, and have your plan and guerrilla gardening. I don't know of very many people that have actually tried out. Would it work? Because there's no point waiting until that time.
Okay.
To give it a go and see if it'll work. So it'll be very interesting. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm going to give it my best. I honestly don't know if I'll make it a year. I don't know. I might be crying and weeping into my pillow by the end of the week going, I need coffee. I might be shaking and rocking.
Well, here's the thing is, I don't view it as you did it and whether it worked or not, but more as the progress of you did a brave thing, you're trying something new. What can you learn from it? How can it be different? How is it more likely to be a success? And I don't view projects like that as like a light switch on, off, worked, didn't. No. To me, it's more like a slider of, oh, it kind of worked well, but I had a little trouble here. What can I learn from that? What resources can I bring in? And I really am quite. First of all, I feel you are so brave and willing to take on such a big project.
Yes.
Was it brave or foolish?
Well, I got something to say on this.
Fabulous.
If you ever
Yeah.
need shoulders to cry on, you've got like a dozen people right here, right now. You're welcome to talk to, and you pop on live. I tell you what, it's so gratifying to me when I get to pop on in the garden and I'm discouraged about something. And this community here, all the people here are just amazing because you can just talk things out and people will talk it through with you.
Yeah, everybody is pretty amazing. It's great. I'm hoping to, as the time goes on, really connect with local growers and community. I've been told that I can actually go into the milking parlour and do some filming next week, which will be interesting.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to for that to be something interesting to go and do soon. And the other thing is when our evenings extend, some of my live streams might even be from the farm.
Okay. You mean when there's more light, when
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, good. And that's going to give one of the things I mentioned briefly yesterday was I really encourage people to have their own voice, their own unique way that they are as a person and how they live their life, and represent that on their channels. And you are doing something that, as far as I know, none of the rest of us have ever tried or even conceived on doing. So you're doing that, with bells on. You're doing it wonderfully. And like I say, even if there's issues and problems throughout it, that's life. What life has struggles, life has things that you hadn't foreseen. Maybe it's interesting content to go, oh, I had not considered this. This is a difficulty. I have to pause here for a while, or I have to bring in a different resource, or I don't know what resource to use here, and go to the audience, go to some of the supporters here on this channel, for your channel, other channels perhaps in the UK, and say, okay, I'm kind of stuck here. My brain is not telling me what to do. Let's hear from some of you. And that's one of the reasons why I chose, instead of having a no-show today and the other days when Enoch was on vacation, is I really love this community and feel like I want to have people have a chance to have a casual interaction for their own voices, their own ideas, their own projects.
It's brilliant. It's really good. I have to say, I feel you're not doing yourself justice calling it a no-show. I definitely feel like there needs to be a title. Yes. Because it certainly felt like a show. It's been really engaging, and the chat's been brilliant for the last few weeks.
Yesterday I mentioned on the show, hey, maybe I should call it something different. That was Enoch's decision to have it as no show. And we may come up with another title or concept if some of you have that, because this is likely to recur again later in the year, not anytime soon. Enoch's got a lovely, full, beautiful schedule of all kinds of stuff coming up starting next week. But this kind of thing will recur, and maybe we can come up with a better name for it. So crowdsourcing, this is a community show, community representing themselves in the chat and in the comments. If you have a better suggestion about what we should call it, when Jay is doing the chill version of the show, the relaxed version where it's not a full formal show, maybe you've got a name for that. And honestly, nothing occurs to me at the moment, but I would love to hear from some of you. And in future, your title might show up.
That'd be really good.
Great. Okay, good. Terrific. Dave, have you been following her channel and her project about how it's going?
I have. She has a celebrity on her farm. Kevin Bacon is awesome.
He's going to feature on the live show too next week. I'm starting a campaign called Save Kevin's Bacon, because he is a bacon pig. And I don't think any of my audience will forgive me if Kevin goes anywhere. He is
Oh,
my superstar.
he can go on vacation to a nice tropical, I mean, sorry, not an Arctic location. How's that? He's going to a very Arctic location.
Maybe
and
he can go from an
rejuvenate.
Arctic location to a warm location.
Oh, a very warm
A
location.
sizzling hot location.
Sizzling hot.
So
Maybe with a little pepper and spices.
So any
Oh,
of
I'm
you
hungry.
that may not have seen Muddy Puddles Farm, her channel, I'm promoting that right now and suggesting you do check it out. But what she's referring to is one of the reasons she's contemplating doing this challenge, or she's actually starting this challenge of eating what's on her farm, is she produces her own meat on the farm. And what was his name again? Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is part of the plan.
Yeah. Well, I've had threats from people on social media about if Kevin goes anywhere. So I'm like, okay. So I'm launching a campaign. It's going to be Save Kevin's Bacon.
I am not trying to cause controversy or problems here. It's a relaxed, chatty hangout.
She may not be, but I am. I want controversy.
Well, what Dave's referring to is sometimes that helps bring views and stuff like that. But
no, it's just fun.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So, let's see. I'm just going to kind of go through some of these comments. When I put some of these comments up, there's a chance that they might kind of go across to your co-host, and I do apologize for that. You, Joe, I might accidentally click on that. So we have hi from Rob's Attic to say hello to you. And let's see. Oh, this is more to Dave. Adam saying, Dave, be quiet. And there's many emoticons going on there. I can't see them all, but there are a few. So he has a few reactions to that possibility. Let's see. And here's another reaction to that. Robin's Garden saying, I heard it. Stay up and be quiet. This is going to be precious. That's from Robin about you, Dave. This is all no bullying here. This is just us being supportive and silly. Yeah. And this is to you, Joe. Dusty Flats is asking you, wonder how that co-host will age.
I think in March, when I get hungry, I might turn cannibalistic and he might go in the oven.
Does it stay there, or does it go to like a cold cellar or something like that?
No, it's been that. This is a room that we don't use very often. This is my studio, so the heating's not on here very often. It's quite cold.
Okay, all right, good.
So
mine is on my friends of your co-host are on my back porch, and it's not ideal conditions, but it's cool out there. So that's what's happening for mine. And here's Bowtie helping us. This is the challenge update and Save Kevin's Bacon, and the link to be able to get to that for Muddy Puddles Farm. So thank you for providing that Mr. Botron function. And here's Dave mentioning doing another live at Muddy Puddles Farm for Joe. And Dave doing that for us. Thank you. And here is Bowtie again helping us out. Muddy Puddles Farm. Visit Joe's channel and subscribe. And that's the live link that you will be able to do that. Fantastic. And here is Rob saying, I can't make Tuesday nights boys' nights out. So he's telling you when your live should or should not be. Just making sure you know. And here's a question from Eddie, and this may be for anybody in the audience. He's saying, question, Eddie Lyles, I know onion seeds lose germination rates fairly quickly. I found some 3-year-old seeds and sowed them. Will the ones that germinate be as viable, or will they be stunted?
I think I would grow them on and see what happens.
What's your thoughts? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, because even if they don't make big onions, you still have time to sow some more and you get onion tops, if nothing else.
Okay, so the greens as a nice
Yeah.
result. Do you start your own onion seed, Dave, or is that a different thing? Oh, are you having some connectivity problems? I think he might be having some sound issues. Yeah, so he's going to
Yeah.
work that out. I concur, like I agree with what Joe is saying there. And here is another comment about it. Rob is saying, if they germinate, they should be good to go. So he's basically saying it's like a light switch. If it germinates, they should be strong enough to be good plants. I assume the same thing, but I've never done research about that. So that's good.
Can you hear me still?
Yep, we hear you now.
Okay.
Now.
Yep.
I think these might have been running out of battery. They were starting to
Okay.
flicker on and off.
So here's another comment from Robin to Eddie about the question about the onion seeds. She says, after 1 year, I find onion seeds are very questionable, plus low germination. I'd pop for some fresh. Okay. See, I don't have a lot of experience there, and that's one of the reasons why I.
Oh, that's so true. You wait 1 year and chances are they're not going to be good anymore. It's discouraging to at least onions. Oh.
Okay. So here's Eddie kind of responding to that, saying to Rob and probably to all of us, thank you. I'm not expecting much germination, update pending. Yeah. I would actually be, because people are saying that, especially if they're that old, they're not that likely. I would just try and germinate a lot of them. Like instead of just doing a test, like I would just be going not 8-10 seeds and doing the count.
No.
I would be like, yeah, just try them all and work with whatever happens, because it's coming close to, and I can't say for your area, but for my area, it's coming close to the time when you actually want to get the onion seeds going. And part of the thing is, if you fuss around with this a little bit too much for the sake of $1 or $2 or $3 worth of seeds, you're losing time eventually. So I hate waste, but I would be getting potentially a backup packets of onion seeds, like kind of like ready to go, so you're not wasting too much time. But it wouldn't cost you anything except that time for the effort.
Nice thing about onions is you can just broadcast them in a tray. Just you can get yourself a small tray or whatever and broadcast them. What comes up comes up, and if they do come up thick, onions are great for separating away. And you just dip it in water and you can separate onions really easy, kind of like tomatoes. They don't really freak out when their roots are disturbed.
So here's another opinion. Dusty Flats is saying the onions will be fine, but I wouldn't be surprised if they germinate. I get new every year as they don't keep well. Okay. And you were about to say something, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm doing the Great Onion Challenge this year, I've seen a lot of the other growers in the Onion Challenge will broadcast the whole packet in a very small container. And then as they come up, they're really fine and small and easy. And they just rinse the roots out in some water and tease them apart and put them on. So you could potentially put all of those seeds in one pot and see what comes up. Easy. But I've got last year's seed and I've bought new seed this year for my main crop. And then because of just different varieties, I've thrown them in a pot to see what happens, but I'm not relying on them because I don't think germination should be good, but it might be interesting if something comes up.
And this is just, hey, Kelpie Capers Farm, haven't seen you for a while. Glad that you're back. This is a casual show. It's sort of chillaxing and hanging out. This is not like a formal, regular show. This is Enoch on vacation. I have the keys to the store and just kind of hanging out with my pals. And that's kind of what's happening. Yeah, mutiny, according to Dave. Yes.
No, actually, you said it. You brought up the word this time, not me. That was all you.
Don't remember. I do not recall that specific statement.
It's okay. There's a recording.
Rob Zadig is saying better than just throwing away. It's not too late to re-sow. So that's about the onions again. So that's great. And I don't mean to bring up controversy again, but Rob is saying Kevin is a lovely pig, but his bacon and sausage would make a better sandwich.
Amen, brother.
Rob would know. Rob has visited my farm and he has had bacon that I've produced from the farm. So he is definitely the expert that would know whether or not the bacon is worth it.
Okay, great. Let's see. And this is Eddie commenting back to Robin again, still about the onions, is saying, I bought new seeds and have started them, not expecting much from the old ones. Just thought I'd try instead of throwing them out. Thank you. Yeah, one commonality I think Dave and I have, and maybe some of you in the audience may have, is I don't like waste. I really don't. I feel like it's almost like a loss in numerous levels and ways. And so I like to see things getting reused, recycled, upcycled, passed along to other people who can use them, multiple uses for the same thing. I feel that in North America, we are, for the most part, and I'm not saying it's everyone's situation, we have such abundance, but I feel there's sort of like a responsibility to us in having so much available to us that I like to have things multiple use, reused, recycled, moved on authentically to someone who can use them, etc. And I think Dave's about to show us something about that.
Nope, not about that.
Okay.
I see what's coming though.
Okay. I'm just going to try and finish up the onion thing.
Yep.
Kelpie Capers Farm is saying, I grow walking onions, problem solved about old seeds. Okay. And
the other solution to that as well is you can get the Welsh onions, and they split a bit like the
walking.
Yeah, the bulb splits a bit like garlic does.
Oh,
and so you plant one, or you plant a seed and you end up with a bunch of onions, and you can break them up and replant one or two in different spots, and then they bunch again.
My stems come up with about 4 to 6 bulbils is what they're called, bulbils. And
bulbils?
Bulbils.
Okay.
And that thing gets heavy, and you can actually take them off and plant them, but in my garden, I just let them get heavy and they kind of bend over, touch the ground, grow a new plant. And I mean a plant, I mean a bundle like that big around of green onions, just thick.
Yeah. The Welsh ones are slightly different. They split at the bottom, so they grow more like a shallot. So you plant one and you'll get a bunch of up to 6, but
that
usually 3 or 4. So that's another alternative as well.
And so Kelpie Capers is saying onions and lettuce neither keep well. Okay. All right. I'm going to kind of quickly go through these comments. I'm not necessarily going to get to every comment because we have so much eager, chatty people in here. We deeply appreciate you, but I don't necessarily I can't necessarily highlight everyone. Adam is saying raising animals to feed the family is important as growing fruit and vegetable, I think. Okay. Good. And Kelpie is saying that back to the onions, the ones that germinate will be viable. So I guess they're saying they don't become genetically weaker. If they germinate, they just will function. And I don't have enough research to know enough about that to comment, really. Let's see. And Rob is saying, I've got onions that are 3 years old and they're still good. Okay, so hopefully that happens. In Dusty Flats talking about onions. When sorting onions in the root cellar, I find that torpedo onions growing white, red blush, Patterson, and either Elsie Craig or Walla Walla are keeping well. Okay. Not all onion varieties do that. You want to research if it matters to you. And that's back to that, is Kelpie is saying Elsie Craig and Walla Wallas are not storage onions. Yeah, I somehow did a link to them in the last couple of shows, and it was I had a copy and paste. I was quoting someone else's thing about how it is. So it's a matter of, I think, something like 60 days or something like that. A pretty short period that doesn't really compare to true storage onions. And that was in ideal conditions. Let's see. And here is still to the onions. Robin's Garden is saying, I sowed a load of 2-year-old Walla Wallas and 5 germinated and smaller than typical. Okay. So saying that it can be different. So I'm going to keep looking in the comments, but in the meantime, Dave, why don't you talk about what's in your situation there. Oh, I cannot hear you, Dave. Yeah,
It's gone.
you've got your lapel mic is off.
There we
or-
go. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry.
So what is this going to be show and tell?
Yes, show and tell. We
Okay.
just got, well, Mrs. Bowtie went over to the post office to get me a box from someone that some of you might know, Haas, and I ordered a special delivery from them and I had to get the scissors because this bag is really hard to open. But I have Yukon Gold potatoes. Woo!
Okay.
I'm very
Wow.
excited. I just remembered they're sitting right here, and I'm about to plant these, or not plant. I'm about to start chitting these, I should say.
Okay. Now, are potatoes usually growing well in Florida? I thought that there might be some difficulty. My
Yeah.
guess.
It is difficult to grow them, but I've been growing these Yukon Golds for a number of years now, and I grow them in grow bags. And interestingly enough, you know, you go watch Tony O'Neill grow the potatoes, and he grows them in pots, and he grows scads and scads of them. Well, in my very, very humid Florida, the pots will just rot. And so I grow in grow bags, so it's nice and draining. It keeps it drier, which is actually more what the potato wants. And these Yukon Gold just do amazing in the spring. We haven't had a fall crop yet do much of anything, but the spring, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get out of these.
Okay. Wow. Good. So how many times, or what's your potato growing history? And I guess you've lived in numerous places, so that's varied, right?
Well, I haven't grown in various places. I've grown here. And the first time I grew them, I actually did okay. We had potatoes for a little while. And then I had a bad year. And then last year, the spring of last year, it was great. We grew a lot of potatoes in 2 grow bags out of 8. I actually tried 4 different growing methods. There's a whole experiment video about it, how I did it 4 different ways, figured out which way is going to be best for me. And we're going to do it that way this year. And I'm excited to have good, really good potatoes. I don't know if y'all know, but Haas actually has a brand new warehouse for storing potatoes. And so they have new capabilities. It's exciting.
They are big for seed for seed potatoes.
Oh,
Dave.
yeah. Yes, they are. And they just they've literally just last month opened that new warehouse, which is a big refrigerator, huge refrigerator where they can store truckloads of potatoes. And they're sending them out now because Florida is one of the first ones they send out.
Well, I've just got some seed potatoes. They're called Rocket, and they are tiny. They're like pebbles. But I've got them to grow under cover because I will need carbs quite quickly.
Yeah, right.
So I'm hoping for some potatoes maybe in May. Hopefully.
Well, these were my fall.
That's sort side. Yeah.
Yeah, these were my
Those
fall
size
Yukon Golds. They did not do very much. They were bad, yeah. But I'm gonna plant these and see what I can grow, because Mark over at Self-Sufficient Me, he planted potato peels, grew these little tiny potatoes, then replanted those and had real potatoes from the next crop. So
I think that's every British compost heap.
Right.
Yes.
Nothing seems to grow in my compost heap. I treat it a little bit differently.
Okay. I'm just going to throw up a few more comments, and unfortunately, some of them are beautifully wordy, but it might obscure Joe just a little bit. So I am sorry about that.
Oh, move me to drag this window down to where Joe is, and you can
don't worry.
get Joe up on top.
Oh,
Get
just
Joe
a minute.
where I am.
We'll see if I can. I'm not very familiar with this. I'm going to try this.
Oh, there you go.
That might help. There
Yep.
we go. So I'm sorry if I made people dizzy there. I should have warned you before I moved you. Okay. There's been numerous comments I've put up about onions, but I felt that they were informative, but not necessarily needing to be commented on. Dusty Flats is saying, I have so many onions, but I like a lot of variety, and the packets are generally 150 seeds. Well, of course, you need them all planted, no soldier left behind. Yeah. So, let's see. And I do apologize if I don't get to your comment. There are so much fantastic discussion going on. We are spoiled for choice. I did show this earlier, and I'm just going to mention it again. Kelpie Capers Farm has mentioned this important detail is you need to know if you want to grow your onions well, whether it's long day, intermediate, or short day onions. And there are articles and videos about this for some of you that's like, what are they even talking about? Because that has to do with what's going to work well for your area in terms of onions. So if you're going to be serious about your onion growing and have better success, learning about that is important for you. And here is a comment by Dusty Flat saying, sweet onions don't keep well, and was surprised when I seen one of the two is still in great shape. They have a pointed top, so I can't tell them apart. Label your produce, folks, or be happy with randomness, which is more my thing. I'm not a super attention to detail person. Sorry about that. And this is a comment within here, but Kevin was asking Rob about the medium that they should be using in the 10-20 tray. Now, actually, someone had mentioned that in yesterday's show before the show started, and I did respond to that before today's show started. And the key thing is the person was asking what should they be using for a seedling mix, because I am cheap/frugal, however you want to word that. I make my own seedling mix. Where I live, peat moss is in abundance, and it is harvested in a sustainable way, which is not the same everywhere in the world about how peat moss is done. Another alternative that people frequently use is coco coir, and that's the majority of what you want to use. And then depending on how you feel about this, people use perlite and vermiculite in there. Sometimes you only use one, because you want it to be free draining and basically semi. I'm going to use the word sterile, technically not sterile. And I'm just going to say one more thing and then hand it over to Joe, is that I choose to do mine in a big Rubbermaid container or any other plastic container that might be non-named, non-brand name. And I use boiling hot water on it, and then I close it up and I try and insulate it by whatever method I have available to me to keep that hot. And the reason why is if I'm going to have indoor substances in my house that is like that, I want to try and kill any eggs or disease that's in there. Is it a guaranteed method? No, but it makes it so that it's less likely to occur for me. And back to you, Joe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've been watching a lot of Doug the Croc Gardener, thanks to Dave Bowtie. He has made
he may show up. I've invited him to come.
Yeah, he's made a really good video on making his own seed mix on one of his playlists. It's worth looking because he gives you measurements and the coconut coir versus the peat moss and how to mix them and account for acidity and everything else. It's a really good video.
Yes.
You're now looking for it, aren't you, David?
Yes, I am.
I can't remember.
Doug the Croc Gardener.
I can't remember which playlist it was on, but I've watched a few.
I'm going to see if I can find it. But Doug the Truck Gardener, we are working on getting him monetized. I did invite him to come in here, so I don't know if he'll make it or not. It was kind of spur of the moment.
Yep,
but we are trying to get him monetized.
Okay, so if you want to promote that channel, you can either do so verbally now and or in the comments, because one of the things that is happening is this is a community, and what we're trying to do is grow by supporting each other. And there's been several people who are in our regular, both on the community shows, but also in the audience, who each of us have taken steps to try to help them and support them in their channels by liking, subscribing, helping boost things when they're trying to increase their watch hours to get monetized. And it can be a lonely and tough thing sometimes when you're trying to grow your own channel, and even a few people reaching out and making effort can really make a difference when you're, struggling sometimes about your channel. So I'm just going to throw up a few comments periodically here, talking about, we're alternating between talking about potatoes and onions in different ways here. If there's a question, I will try to bring that ahead. And here's the discussion about the trays, saying, Rob is answering Kevin's question, saying, I fill my trays up to about 80%, broad sow the onions, then lightly tamp down water, and then sprinkle with about 1/4 of an inch of vermiculite. And Rob does this a lot, so his experience is very valuable for that. Okay, and just for you to know, depending on what happens with the plan, in about 10 minutes, Enoch is scheduled to come back to us. And the current plan is that when he comes on, I will invite him in, and then we're going to kind of let him have the full stage to promote things. But we've got 10 minutes before that's scheduled to happen, and that's an approximate time. We'll see when he actually shows up. Can you imagine letting him having his show back? So Dave, yeah. Oh, Dave had to go to audio only. So, yeah, he's having a few technical problems today, but hey, he's got lots of equipment to work with, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm actually.
What were you saying?
Well, a 4K camera is nice, but it also eats. A 4K camera is nice, but it also eats up the resources. So I've got to figure out what's going on. I'm going to get off and let y'all at it.
Okay. So I'm so glad that you were here and that you came on the stage and to support us. And I appreciate you. And we'll see you later. Okay. Bye. So thanks to Dave for being here on our show. And I'm just going to switch us back so it's just you and I. Hooray. Not that Dave's a wonderful resource to all of us, and we deeply appreciate him. He does so many things for the channel. And for some of you that are not familiar, he also does segments for us called In the Garden. And that's just one of many roles he does for us, let alone his own channel. Let's see. And here's a suggestion. Kelpie Capers Farm is saying you can always store the extra seeds in the freezer. Now, I don't choose to put my seeds in the freezer because I want them cool and dry. First of all, I don't have a lot of freezer space, but I don't think all seeds like being necessarily in that cold of a state. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on that?
It depends on the seed. If there's there are lots of seeds that actually need a vernalization period, particularly things like annual flowers that are native to like a cold region. So some of those, so if I collect things like cornflowers and feverfew and things like that that are local to the area, and I'm saving them for the next year, I'll pop them in the freezer for a period of time, and then they tend to germinate better. Some things I store in the fridge for vernalization because they're not quite as hardy, but it seems to activate something within the seed, maybe break down the outer casing shell. Designed that they've adapted to be in a cold environment and to go through that winter. Some of them prefer that, but I don't tend to just permanently store in the freezer.
So I'm just flashing up various bits of wisdom that we're getting from the audience. We so appreciate all that you guys have to share. I just can't necessarily fully highlight every bit because you guys are so full of information. It's just I'm spoiled for choice and don't have enough time to view it all. But here's one from Dusty Flats. If you need to freeze onions, do double bag them or the freezer will smell like onions. I triple bag them. Like I have bags that I kind of save for other purposes and they go on the outside, and I triple bag them because it's just, I have limited freezer space for now. And yeah.
I freeze. I'd like to do a large batch of garlic and I freeze that in ice cube trays, but it needs a lot of bagging, and you will never use an ice cube tray for anything else afterwards because it all tastes of garlic afterwards too.
Yes, yes. So, let's see. People are just chatting amongst themselves. Dusty talking to Janet saying, I think I will try sweet potatoes this year. May chance one from the natural food store for slips as they are pricey. I am not effective at growing slips for sweet potatoes. I have tried both of the main two dominant ways multiple times. And let's put it this way, I have room to grow on that technique because I'm not good. I've also bought slips from a provider locally and planted them when the soil was the right temperature and everything warm, which is kind of questionable for us. We're just on the margins of whether sweet potatoes can grow here with the amount of the warmth in the soil and the length of our season. And I didn't have very good success. So I'm not at the point of giving up, but I'm at the point of picking and choosing when I try to keep pursuing this about when it will ever work and what kind of research I need to do to become a better gardener, because that particular aspect of gardening isn't working for me in my area yet. Yeah. And here is a brag for us all. Kelpie Capers Farm is saying, I have a personal seed bank of 15,000. That's 1,000 varieties. I'm not misreading that. And I have a dedicated freezer. I've been doing this for over 30 years. No issues yet. Wow. What a breadth of experience and knowledge there is there. Whoa.
It makes sense, because if you think about the Svalbard seed bank, that is specifically kept at a really, really, below zero, way below zero, and that is meant to be long-term storage, in case of some horrendous apocalypse, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it makes sense. It's just instinctively in my gut, it's like, oh, don't want to kill them, but the experience is there.
So I'm just going to mention a couple of other things, and then we're going to finish up this session and hand things over to Enoch in about 5 minutes. So
is it useful for me to sign off now to let you concentrate?
Sure. So what I'm going to do is, thanks to you, Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm, for appearing as our guest today. I deeply appreciate you taking the time and coming out to do this and getting more comfortable with lives and being a guest and all that kind of thing. Check out Muddy Puddles Farm live stream coming up. Links in the chat section by Dave. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Great. I'm just going to cover a couple more comments, and in a few minutes, for those of you who are a little bit coming to the show a little bit later, in a few minutes, we're handing the show back over to Enoch. Remember Enoch, the originator of the show? In a few minutes, he's going to be talking about all of the new shows coming up that he's been working hard in the background for us, him and a bunch of collaborators for our show, new changes, new shows coming for us, and in a couple of minutes we'll be having him in to talk about that. I'm just going to do a couple more comments in the section here. This is Bowtie mentioning that Doug the Croc Gardener, about us helping him with his monetization and watch hours for people to do that. And here is a particular thing where he's talking about the seedlings and the bulk mix. And Kelpie Capers Farm is saying, I'm always grateful for new subscribers. I mentioned early in the show, and I'm mentioning yet again, we have a bunch of people here who have their own channels. Any support that you can do, like, share, subscribe, membership if they have it, merchandise if they have it, donations, all of those things are very, very helpful. And I am going to skim through just a few more comments. Bowtie saying, Enoch who? Yeah, there's this Enoch type person that, oh, here we go. Eddie Lyles. Who's Enoch? Let's see. Rob's Attic. Do we really have to listen to Enoch? next, we're having such fun. Enoch's going to bring fun. He's bringing in his own brand of fun. He's been working super hard behind the scenes to create new shows and new variations on the shows that you've never seen before. So I think, let's see, in a couple minutes, we'll have Enoch, and it's Dusty Flats. Does this Enoch guy have a channel? Oh, I'll have to think about that. Yeah. This Enoch guy does have a channel or a couple of channels, I think. Let's see. And here we go. Rob's Attic says, Enoch is the owner of the Urban Gardener Show. Yes, he is. Yes. So, and I am just going to show a couple more links, and then hopefully we'll have Enoch shortly. Let me see. I'm just sending him a message backstage to come on the show shortly. And I'm still just going to reflect on your comments. Here's another question. Rob's Attic saying, I think Enoch might be AI. I don't know if this show can have two robotic or AI type creatures. One of the theories is that I am AI. So I don't know if there's room on the show for that. And thanks to Dave for showing us different links. He's bringing up links for people who have been supporters of the show. And we are hoping that you come in and support these small channels in whatever way you can. I'm just going to throw Robin onto the stage now if she's ready, because in a few minutes we'll be having Enoch. So we're going to bring Robin Gardens onto the show, and we are hoping that you come in and support these small channels in whatever way you can. I'm just going to throw Robin onto the stage. Okay. So I'm not sure what happened. A funny glitch there. Yeah.
I thought that you'd leave me in the basement. That's what for the after show.
So we only have a few minutes for you today because we're expecting Enoch in any minute to come in and talk to us about what's upcoming. So what's going on with you lately?
Oh, goodness. So I'm not ready, Jay. I was just going to sit in the basement and wait for the after show.
Okay. So I'm gonna just, okay, we'll do the after show in a few minutes. But in the meantime, for those of you that are kind of not been following Robin's journey lately, Robin actually did a beautiful thing to help someone on Christmas Day. And unfortunately, as much as she was trying to be a good Samaritan, things went awry and she got an injury. So that's going on for her.
I have a fractured right shoulder that's on the mend now. I did a pretty good job, a few spots, and they're telling me it'll be a 4-month heal. So a lot of what I'm doing for gardening is replanning, because I had my plan, but of course that plan has got to change now, and it's got to be simpler. But it's still going to move forward. I didn't think I was going to be able to do my little seed packs, and I have been sitting here doing my little seed packs. I just do them about 40 minutes at a time and then come back and, do some different activity. So you learn when you are handicapped or limited in any way that we all have capacity. We just have to figure how to use and capitalize on the capacity that we have, right?
Yes. And one of the things that she's been doing lately, and I'm just going to throw this up on the screen, is that she's doing a new collaboration with Shawnee Gardens called
Roots and Rambles. And that first one is going to be kind of a hacks, myths, and facts. We're going to bust some viral things out there rolling around the web. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they indifferent? And that'll come up on Thursday. It's 9 p.m. Central Time. So what's that, 8 p.m. Eastern Time?
Great. Okay, so that's a new collaboration. Something else for you to look forward. That's going to be a collaboration with Shawnee Grows and Robin. I know that Enoch is backstage, super eager to pop in here and tell people about all the new shows and changes we're having. So what I'm going to do is just put you backstage again until we're done today, if that works for you. Thank you so much for popping in with us today. I'm sorry I put you on the spot. Enoch was just not available at that moment, and I wanted to take the opportunity for you to forward promote your show coming up.
Great. Thanks, Jay.
Okay, great. And
hey, how's it going?
Oops. Oh, sorry about that. I am.
We got dark screen today. All right. Here we go.
That was what was left for me, so I assumed that was on purpose. So I left it that way. I'm sorry I kind of cut you off there, Robin. I'm not necessarily super smooth at this. Thank you so much for popping up for us. So for those of you that
right on, Robin here. I saw Joe from Muddy Puddles just a few minutes ago and all of that. I've actually been in a meeting while you guys are doing it. It's so weird. Like I'm in here going and talking. Me and Natalie were talking and getting prepared up for our new show coming up and everything in another studio here. And I was like, I got to go pop into the other studio and go talk with everybody on the show because what is this? This is the last day or the last show of the winter vacation now. I mean, this is it. We're winding down to the last few minutes of our Let's Get Growing winter vacation. I've been on vacation and hopefully it sounds in my voice that it's been helpful, in a sense, to have a cool, fun winter vacation and step away from everything for a little bit. But it's time to get back at it. It's time to get growing again, right? So we got lots and lots of stuff that we're going to talk about here in just a minute as well, too, about what we got coming up and everything. But it's been great to see you and everybody else doing all that you've been doing and hanging out and continuing the conversation during the winter break. As I was telling everybody before we finished up and got started on the winter break, was that I didn't know quite what we were going to do. Was someone going to pop in here and there? How were things going to go? But you've been doing a great job, Jay, hanging out with everybody, keeping the conversation going here. It's just been wonderful as I've been kind of popping in and checking in here and there and seeing how things are going. It's like I said, it's different to be thinking about like, oh, my own show is going on right now while I'm off doing other things. You know what I mean? So it's
taking a well-deserved break, one, and secondary, after having the well-deserved break, focusing on the new changes and the new things upcoming. So my thought right now is to kind of back off now and go backstage and let you entirely take over for the next 25 minutes or so and tell all of us about the exciting new things going on. I've touched on them at the beginning of the show, but let's hear from Enoch the great new interesting things that he's been working on. So I'm just going to step backstage. Before I do so, thanks to all of you for the last 3 weeks, 6 shows about the casual hangout. I really do mean that if this recurs, and it's likely to happen again in the future, we might want to come up with a name for this. So I'm open to you in the audience telling me if I do this when Enoch has to take a break again and we're doing a show that's a little bit more of a casual hangout, what we might choose to call it. And you can let me know that in the chat area or in the comments below, and we as a community can maybe come up with what we're going to call our casual hangout type shows when and if they recur later in the year. But in the meantime, thanks to all of you, I am just stepping backstage for a while and we're letting Enoch fully take charge for about 25 minutes and let us know about the exciting new projects on the show. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, Jay. Thank you so much for being here with us, taking care of our audience over the last few weeks. Again, just really awesome of you, and I'll talk with you here real soon.
Okay, great. Bye, everybody.
All right. Oh, we just switched places. That's all. There we go. All right, then. All right, everybody. Here we are. I'm back at it again here just for a few minutes. We're just going to finish up things here on the show and all of that. Like I said, Jay's been doing a wonderful job. I hope you all have been enjoying hanging out with her throughout our holiday winter vacation. Just really great again to have someone like Jay who's here to jump in and help out and to do some of these things around when when we got to take a break or so. It makes for a better break though, right? Than just kind of not doing anything or just having the plain old chat like we've been doing before and all that sort of stuff, so it's been really awesome to be able to do that. But what's also awesome is that we are in a whole new year around here now. It's time for us to get growing again around here. We've got lots and lots of things coming up for the show and lots of great guests that are lining up right now to come on the show and to continue again the conversation here on the Let's Get Growing show into 2026. So right on. Let's see. What's this? Jay Bowtie saying you cannot delete the fabled mutiny episodes of winter 2025-26. I'll let them stay up for you for a while. Maybe who knows? Maybe I'll pop them up or do something with them for folks if you guys want to check them out or something. I don't know. We'll plan all of that sort of stuff as we get moving down the road and all of that, because again, this is kind of new for us. I mean, we haven't had someone do that kind of fill in and hang out and basically do kind of a little sideshow. And Jay does an awesome little kind of sideshow, and you guys joining in with her and continuing the conversation, all that stuff. It's just really awesome. So again, and I saw all the comments earlier too. Again, here we are. I'm back. I am back. But I'll be back more so though too this next weekend, because this next weekend again too is our first week back for 2026, and it's also going to be now, as we're going to be calling it here on the Let's Get Growing show. This is your 3-day gardening weekend now on the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. 3 days now, 3 days of gardening conversation and talk with all sorts of folks throughout the weekend, extending into now Monday evening. We're going to be here. Let's see here. Yep. At 5 p.m. Pacific time. 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be here with our good friend Natalie, the Fresh Princess, is going to be joining me now. And this is going to be different though, too. She's literally going to be our co-host. We get this kind of thing with Mark when we do our monthly gardening book club, which is really fun and really great. But now we're going to have Natalie joining with us as a co-host. So this is going to be her show just as much as it's my show. This is the Green Room on Monday nights. So the Green Room on Monday nights with Natalie and Enoch, me. I have weird saying my name, but Let's Get Growing show. It's your 3-day weekend here on Let's Get Growing. It's gonna be really fun. Like I said, we're going to start our first show off with a conversation with hopefully again, we'll talk again too. Hopefully we're gonna have Robin and Shawnee and them. They're going to be doing for us on the Green Room a segment for us, and hopefully what we'll do is we'll start the whole Monday off having a conversation with them. We'll talk about the show, we'll talk about what we got planned for the future, and all of that is kind of what I'm calling kind of a soft launch of the Green Room. It's going to be kind of like a soft launch. We're going to do it with a couple of friends and the contributors for that show and all of that. Get us going, get everything rolling. And then the next Monday after that, we're going to jump right into the fire with a real big guest. We're going to test Natalie's interviewing skills and all of that with a great interviewer himself, and Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World is going to join with us live. And again, this is one of the reasons why we've extended on to doing the Green Room and a Monday evening show, is because there are a lot of people over the last couple of years that I've reached out to be guests on our regular Saturday show as featured guests who just couldn't make a weekend. You know, there's several people who just couldn't do weekends. And so hopefully what this will be able to do now is give us this other kind of time slot that's outside of the weekend. You know, we're calling it our 3-day weekend, but it's still a weekday. It's Monday evening. And hopefully that's going to allow us to invite guests to be here live with us, like Joe Lample. Joe's been a guest with us before, but we had to like pre-record that interview. So I had to pre-record it and then play it for you all on the show. So, so this time, this way at least, Joe can now join with us live on the show, and we can talk with him, and everybody else can talk with him too, because this is, again, big part of what the show is all about, is that the show is for you all, the audience, to be able to join in on the conversation, to be able to get in some questions as well, and to be a part of all of this as well too. So those pre-recorded interviews don't work too well when you want to have a really fun conversation with everybody involved. You know what I mean? So that's going to be really, really great. I can't wait to be able to do that with some of these guests that, again, I'm going to be reaching out to again and see if we could possibly get them in there. But the original, or maybe the base idea for what the Monday evening, the green room is to be a place where we can continue the conversation with folks that we've invited on the show before, mostly on our Are You Following Me segment from the Saturday show. These are usually smaller channels and Instagram gardeners and other folks who are doing things in other places, who are out trying to build and do things and get out there, and it's a great opportunity for them to be able to come on and participate in a community like this and a show like this and all of that. So I've kind of felt bad in a way too, over the last couple of years. We get a lot of great folks who want to be on the show and to be on that segment and everything, but then it's hard to find ways to bring them back. You know what I mean? To have them back on, to continue that conversation with them, to continue to have them be a part of our community, and to do that sort of thing. So that's really a big part of why I originally thought I needed to do something more. And we came up with the green room idea, was to kind of, be able to have a couple of those folks on with us on Monday evenings, continue conversation with them, continue to have them a part of our community on all of that. And then there's one other thing that kind of popped up as I was figuring kind of last minute, and as I've been communicating with another person as I'm trying to figure out a way to get them on the schedule again here soon and all of that. But Australian folks and there's lots of gardening and lots of folks in Australia who love gardening. It's just, it's just as big as it is over there as it is in the States or anywhere else. And there's lots of great gardeners over there I'd love to have, but it's so early in the morning, our regular show on the weekend for them, that it's hard to invite anyone. I've had lots of it's just too early, that sort of thing. So now again, too, with this time slot, we'll also be able to maybe invite more folks from down under or the Southern Hemisphere or other parts of the Southern Hemisphere around the world, to come be a part of the show. There's another guest too, I think is in down in South America as well too. And so there's it opens up a different kind of a situation for us as well too. So again, that'll be fun to be able to do that and to be able to invite and play around with different opportunities for more guests and everything with the green room, and to be able to have a great co-host to be able to share in this fun and hosting responsibilities with me when it comes to having Natalie with us too. Like I was mentioning just a little bit ago, we were in the other studio a little bit earlier having a little show meeting as we're preparing and getting ready for our first shows and everything coming up and all of that. We're both really excited to be able to bring this new show to you all. I hope you'll all have the opportunity, especially some of those folks of you who are, again, I guess there is a caveat too, I should say before I go any further, really, is that, it does open up the time slot and make it easier a little bit for maybe Australians or other folks, Southern Hemisphere and all of that sort of thing. But it also does kind of put us out of the time slot for a lot of folks like Joe, who Muddy Puddles Farm, who was on a little bit earlier and everything, you know, those over in the UK and everything, they're going to be kind of timed out a little bit. It's gonna be like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something like that for them. So who knows? Maybe some of them are closing down some pubs somewhere and they want to come hang out or something like that. Well, maybe we'll have some fun conversations like that. Can you imagine? But other than that, we might be a little out of the time slot for our folks over in Europe and all of that as well too. But again, still be fun and all of that to be able to, again, have some of these new opportunities for us in some of these. And I hope some of you who watch us regularly or get a chance to come and check us out here on the weekends and are a part of our audience here on the weekends will get a chance to be able to come and join us on Monday evening as well too. So yeah, gonna be so much fun. I'm super excited about all of that. And like I said, we got a new segment coming out of it all. The show's going to be filled. It's going to be a little bit different too. This is another thing I want to mention as well. The idea here with the green room as well too is to kind of have a show that's similar to the Let's Get Growing show, but is different in ways too. Of course, we got Natalie and a co-host. We're doing some different format things. We'll have a whole new different segment, new faces and new things going on that show as well too. And then some other things that Natalie and I have kind of thought up to do to integrate into our conversations. Some fun things that hopefully, you know, as we get going here this next not tomorrow, but the Monday after, you'll get to, hopefully we'll have some more fun. It's gonna, hopefully you're gonna love it. We'll see. I'm just really excited to be able to bring this whole new show to all of you guys and get this thing rolling and everything into the future. So again, so much fun. Can't wait. Lots and lots going on here too as well on the weekend with our weekend shows too. Jay's been mentioning to you guys as well here, and I, of course, we ended this last year with our 2026 look forward show, as we talked about a lot of some of this stuff too as well then. But we got Brandy from the Suburban Gardenista. She is taking over Sarah's position, doing a weekly gardening trivia segment for us, similar to what Sarah was doing for us. And that's going to be fun to be able to have that back onto our Saturday show. We've got a couple of other little new things here and there for that sort of stuff. But yeah, again, I'm just can't express how much fun it's going to be as we move forward. Guests though too. Last year we had actually, well, I'll say this. We started off the Let's Get Growing show. The very first show we did was with Wendy Fan. And so Wendy, you know, did our first show. But Wendy has kind of moved into this position as kind of like our you know, every certain amount of shows or whatever, that sort of thing. And so we landed on having her back on the show on our 100th show. And so guess what? Not too long into 2026, we're going to be landing on our 200th show. So instead of having Wendy on for the first show of the year, she's kind of just our like every so many milestone shows, I guess is what you would say, right? And so I had Bevan on last year, and I thought we need to, you know, start our year off right. And I invited Bevan on to be our guest for our very first show back again here in 2026. So yeah, we got my man Bevan from Small House Farm. He also hosts a podcast called Seeds and Weeds, the Seeds and Weeds podcast, and he's going to be joining with us for our very first show again here in 26. So he started us off in 25. He'll start us off again here in 26, and who knows about 27 when it comes down to it. But it's always great to have a conversation with Bevan. Bevan's a good friend, someone I've gotten to know for many years now. So really great to have him back on the show with us to get everything launched. And then for our Are You Following Me segment, we're going to have Corey. Corey is over there in Wisconsin. He's the Green Bay gardener. I do have to kind of say, I feel sorry for Corey right now. I'm sure today doesn't feel very good to him. His team suffered a pretty tough loss last night to the Chicago Bears. Boy, that was a heck of a game. But I was too. I'm going to tell you though too. I didn't plan it like this. Jay and I were talking, and I noticed and found Corey's channel. I was like, oh, I got to invite him on, and it just so happened to work out that it would have been like if his team won yesterday, his team would have faced my team next week when he was on the show. So it was just such this weird, but it didn't work out. The Chicago Bears won. They beat them. They came back. It was quite a game. But anyways, we'll take it easy on Corey next week when he comes and joins with us for the Are You Following Me segment. And we'll hear all about what he does there at the Green Bay Gardener. Really cool thing, too, I really enjoyed about some of the things and content and videos I've watched and stuff that he does over at Green Bay Gardener is he has a kitchen window, so he'll do some things and maybe live streams even from his kitchen window. And out of his kitchen window, literally like across the street from him, is the stadium. And I don't know, I can't remember what the name of the stadium is that they play there and all of that. But you literally see this whole lit up stadium right back behind him out of his kitchen window where he lives and stuff. So I was like, man, that's quite a scene. That's quite a backdrop. I think I got a pretty cool backdrop, but boy, that's a heck of a backdrop. But yeah, it'll be fun. So we'll have Bevan and Corey with us next Saturday. That's going to be really fun. Next Sunday just happens to be our first weekend back, is our third Sunday of the month. So that does mean that it is our monthly gardening book club. Our monthly gardening book club this month, we're featuring Sam Kaufman's Survival Gardening. Grow your own emergency food supply from seed to root cellar by Sam Kaufman. So far, so good. I'm really enjoying this book. This is really great. So I can't wait to talk with Sam and have our good friend, Mr. NBC, back with us again, co-hosting, right? You know, and got lots of co-hosts and lots of things going on next weekend too. So yeah, we'll have Mark with us. He'll be here with us live, and we'll get a great conversation with Sam, talk all about survival gardening. Sam's got a history of military service. He's also a rescue, he works with rescue, I think he has like rescue dogs and does like gets out there and rescues people and things. He does herbal medicine as well too, is a big thing for him and all that too. So I'm sure we'll touch on a lot of herbal medicine for those of you who are really really into learning a bit more about herbs and their potential and all of that as well too. So something we haven't really touched on too much. I want to, maybe even find another person or something like that throughout this next year, maybe get a good conversation, talk a bit about herbs this next year. But yeah, so that's our weekend coming up. We got, again, real quick, Bevan Cohen on Saturday with Corey from Green Bay Gardener joining with us on our Saturday show. And Sunday show, Sam Kaufman, Survival Gardening for our book club. We've got Mr. NBC join with us live. And then to round out our new, like we call it, it's our 3-day gardening weekend, the Monday show, which is now called The Green Room on Let's Get Growing with Enoch and Natalie. So we'll be here Monday night, your 3-day gardening weekend. That's going to be really fun. Can't wait. It's going to can't wait to hang out with all of you guys for these new shows. Like I said, we're already booking out. I think I got most of, pretty much, I'm just waiting. I got a semi-confirmation, let's just say. And as soon as that's done, we got February done. We're well worked into March. So we got some really great guests and really great things coming here for you guys real soon. Thank you so much for, again, to hanging out with Jay for our winter vacation and all of that as well too. So lots of fun there with her. And real quick before we head out today, everybody, let's go ahead and click that like button real quick, subscribe and share with all of your friends. Let them know again too, we're here every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's about 7 p.m. I believe still over there in UK, Greenwich Mean Time. And again, we're back here again on Mondays now with the Green Room, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And that's like really, really early for all of you over there. But hopefully you guys can come and join us for that too. So again, everybody, awesome to see you here. It's great to kind of jump in here at the very end of our vacation, but I'll be right back at it. Like I said, this next Saturday. Here we go, 2026. I'll see all of you then.
Power out.